In a world painted by the night, where stars dance in the sky, something intriguing whispers that it doesn't exist amidst the celestial canvas. As the scene pans down, we find ourselves gazing at a towering structure beneath the starry expanse, its silhouette etched against the night, almost like a sentinel guarding secrets untold. Our scene unfolds in the aftermath of what looks like an epic battle, with debris and chunks of wreckage strewn across a snowy landscape. It's a cold, silent night, and the haunting atmosphere hints at a story of survival and mystery. Out of nowhere, a hand bursts through the debris, reaching skyward. It's a powerful image of hope and resilience, as if the very earth is trying to claw back to life. What's this? A survivor in the midst of chaos? Someone is definitely not ready to call it quits just yet. As the scene unfolds, we see a blur of motion, a dynamic moment captured mid-action. The tension is palpable, with a sense of urgency and fierce determination. Snowflakes dance around, adding to the dramatic atmosphere, while the sounds of clashing resonate in the air. Amidst the swirling snow and debris, our protagonist, a young warrior with striking blonde hair, stands resolute. Armed with a sword, he appears ready to overcome any obstacle. The words, "If you want to shine," echo, suggesting a deeper, motivational undertone to his battle. This isn't just a fight for survival, it's a quest for greatness. In the middle of a chaotic scene filled with debris and the silent fall of snowflakes, a lone figure makes a dramatic entrance. You can almost hear the crunch of rubble underfoot as this determined individual lands on the ground, ready for what comes next. The setting screams aftermath, with broken carts and shattered hopes scattered around. A voice, gentle yet profound, fills the air with a question that seems to echo in the silence of the scene. If you still foster a light inside you. The words hang in the air, as if waiting for an answer from the very soul of the one standing amidst the ruin. The scene unfolds with a close-up of a young man's face, tears streaming down his cheeks as his striking blue eyes burn with intensity. His expression is a mix of sorrow and determination, as if he's battling inner demons or facing a heart-wrenching decision. The snowflakes around him create a dramatic, almost cinematic ambience, adding to the gravity of the moment. The view shifts to the young man's torso, emphasizing his tightly laced cloak. The intricate design of the laces and the way they are pulled taut suggest his gearing up for something significant. The shadowy background adds a layer of mystery and tension, leaving us wondering what challenge lies ahead for him. The scene opens under a vast, dark sky, with a cascade of stars twinkling above. A young, mysterious figure emerges, clutching a sword with a determined grip. His white hair and intense blue eyes reflect the moonlight as he seems to be contemplating something crucial. Then that thing, he muses, his thoughts wrapped in enigma. His gaze sharpens, the night's chill visible in his breath, and he crouches with the sword as if preparing for something monumental. The air is tense, almost like a prelude to a grand revelation. "Must be a star," he concludes, a hint of awe and confusion in his voice. A celestial design glows in the background, adding a layer of mystical significance to his words. It's like the universe itself is whispering secrets only he can understand. The title of this tale appears, shimmering in the darkness, suggesting that this story is about to unfold in ways unimaginable. A sense of destiny hangs in the air, marking the beginning of an epic journey. The scene transitions to a serene night sky, the stars twinkling like tiny lanterns in the vast expanse. The peacefulness is palpable, offering a brief respite from the earlier tension. Below the cosmic display, a quiet village nestles in the embrace of the night. The warm glow of windows suggests life continues, unaware of the celestial drama unfolding above. Inside a bustling smithy, people go about their nightly routines, the flicker of firelight casting dancing shadows. The atmosphere is cozy, a stark contrast to the earlier mystique. A close-up of the sword's pommel reveals its elegant craftsmanship. The handle, adorned with subtle details, glows softly under the ambient light, hinting at its importance. The scene opens with a mysterious figure, whose features remain hidden in a blur, adding an air of intrigue to the unfolding drama. The lighting casts a dramatic shadow, heightening the tension of the moment. The focus shifts to a gleaming sword, its blade cutting through the ambient glow like a beacon of impending action. Sparkles of light surround it, hinting at the power and significance of the weapon in this pivotal moment. In the midst of a casual stroll, someone playfully calls out, "I knew you'd be distracted again." It's that familiar tone of lighthearted teasing, like when your friend catches you daydreaming in the middle of a serious convo. As the soft glow of the setting sun lights up his face, our daydreamer, with his sharp blue eyes and golden blonde hair, seems lost in his own world. Whatever's on his mind, it must be pretty captivating. The scene opens with a mysterious woman named Gemina. Her name is spoken, hanging in the air like an unspoken challenge or a beckoning call. Her fiery red hair is the only splash of color in the cold gray setting. Gemina stands with her arms crossed, exuding a no-nonsense vibe. Her red skirt flows in the cold breeze, matching her hair and giving off strong don't-mess-with-me energy. She's clearly someone who's not here to play games. "Hey Vlad, are you aware that you're very distracted nowadays?" Someone is trying to reach out to Vlad, pointing out his apparent lack of focus. "Stop bothering me, I rarely get to rest." Vlad, clearly annoyed, snaps back, highlighting his struggle to find some peace and quiet amidst the chaos. In this heated exchange, our red-haired firecracker with freckled cheeks is locking horns with a boy whose blue eyes could pierce through steel. She's on him like white on rice, questioning his recent antics and the whispers they've been causing. The boy, clearly not one to be bogged down by rumors, gets an earful about the carefree way he's been strutting around, seemingly oblivious to the buzz he's causing. Our scene unfolds with a curious blonde lad throwing a question into the air. What kind of things? His eyes filled with both intrigue and a touch of suspicion, as he glances towards a fiery redhead who seems a bit flustered, her mind racing with thoughts. Seems like they are in the middle of an intense discussion, and both are trying to get to the bottom of something quite mysterious. The conversation continues as the focus shifts slightly, showing the chest area of the two characters. The air is still thick with tension as the conversation seems to head into deeper waters. You can almost hear the gears turning in their heads as they navigate through this mysterious dialogue. The scene unfolds with a fiery red-haired girl, her eyes wide with curiosity and a touch of fear. She's pondering aloud, asking if holding a stick could make someone hear voices. Is she losing it, or is there some magical mystery afoot? Cut to a dramatic shot of her chest, emphasizing the weight of her question with a suspenseful silence. The tension is palpable, as if the answer to her question could change everything. The page erupts with vivid purple lightning, crackling with an energy so intense it almost leaps off the page. This mysterious force engulfs the space, hinting at the sheer power and chaos about to be unleashed. The atmosphere is charged, quite literally, with anticipation. In the midst of the chaotic, electrifying storm, a figure emerges, seemingly caught in the throes of a powerful transformation. The figure is draped in casual attire, with pants and a loose shirt, but the real standout is the wild energy coursing through them. Their hair and eyes seem to blend with the electrifying force, giving an impression of someone caught in a moment of both vulnerability and immense power. And out of all things, it had to be the Black Lightning. This ominous force isn't just a weather anomaly, it has everyone on edge, hinting at something much more sinister lurking in the shadows. Just stay put at the shop for now. They say that the new bishop is sensitive to things like signs. It's like the universe is playing a cosmic prank, and this bishop is the punchline, super paranoid about omens and portents. Meet our fiery-haired protagonist, with eyes burning like embers and a face full of determination. She's got a lively expression, an index finger raised as if to emphasize a point. Her white shirt is simple, yet it adds to her no-nonsense vibe. Whatever she's talking about, it's serious business. The plot thickens. The redhead warns us about a dude who just leveled up from Inquisitor to something even scarier. Apparently, he's got zero chill when it comes to spotting anything peculiar, and it's straight to the stake for those who catch his eye. Yikes. Our mysterious blonde-haired character, clearly having a rough time, drops a "damn it" and warns against speaking of misfortunes. With an air of frustration, it seems like they're trying to dodge any bad vibes. The fiery redhead isn't having any of it. With her arms crossed and a no-nonsense attitude, she declares how ridiculous the situation is, pointing out that problems persist regardless of her worries. It's clear she's not here for any sugarcoating. All right, picture this. Someone just got zapped by lightning, and it's not as discreet as you might think. Our story kicks off with a character dropping some heavy hints about how many people actually witnessed this shocking event. Enter our fiery-haired mystery speaker. With red eyes that could burn right through your soul, she's got the kind of presence that demands attention. Her freckled face and white outfit make her look like she just walked out of an anime series, and she's definitely got something to say about the whole lightning fiasco. Someone warns about the whispers at the back, cautioning not to stand there mesmerized. They express concern about being targeted and taken to the church. A character defiantly responds that they won't be dragged to the church just for looking at some sword, showing a bit of sass in their dismissal of the danger. The scene opens with a red-haired woman, clearly exasperated, standing beside a man by a window. She's venting her frustration, suggesting that they should just buy whatever they're discussing on credit. The man, likely trying to be the voice of reason, counters with a simple yet powerful truth. It's expensive. The air is buzzing with curiosity as our fiery red-haired lady, with her hair like a cascade of autumn leaves, is trailing behind a cool and collected blonde dude. Her voice carries a mix of excitement and suspicion as she asks, "How expensive would something being sold at the backstreet smithy be?" Her curiosity doesn't stop there. With a hint of generosity, she blurts out, "How much is it? You want me to buy it for you?" Clearly, she's ready to drop some coins and make a purchase, or maybe just show off her bargaining skills. The cool night air hangs around as our mysterious blonde dude, with his icy blue eyes and stylishly messy hair, stands there, lost in thought, or just dramatically pausing. Who knows? But the suspense is real. Then we switch gears. The same guy, now showing off his sharp white shirt, drops the bomb with 5 gold. What's he buying? Or maybe selling? Either way, he's got that confident, I know what I'm doing vibe. All right, picture this. We've got a red-haired lady and a mysterious guy with his face all blurred out, like he's in witness protection. They're just standing there, and she's like, "That's crazy." Clearly, something wild just went down, but we're left hanging, wondering what's the juicy gossip. So then the scene shifts under the night sky, and our characters are talking money. 5 gold coins for a piece of iron? That's daylight robbery. One of them is clearly not impressed and would rather spend that cash on something else, maybe a lifetime supply of tacos or something. The mystery deepens. The scene opens under a twinkling night sky, where a red-haired character is having a casual yet slightly sarcastic chat with a blurred companion. The redhead teases about the blurred one's potential for indulging in food and partying for an entire year, given the right funds, of course. Suddenly, the conversation takes an unexpected turn. A bold and slightly incredulous shout about that piece of iron rings out, suggesting something surprising or valuable has come up in their discussion, leaving us all intrigued. Meet our dynamic duo, a cool blonde dude rocking a classic white shirt with lace-up details and dark pants, standing tall next to a sassy redhead with vibrant curls, wearing a white blouse and a red skirt. They seem like they're up to something, and it's probably not knitting. Suddenly, someone shouts, "You damn bastards, get lost!" Clearly, their arrival hasn't gone unnoticed, and this voice, brimming with anger, is ready to throw them out. Who could this mysterious, furious voice belong to? The scene bursts into action, with a muscular man charging forward, his apron flapping like a superhero's cape, except he's armed with a hefty hammer. This guy means business, and you can almost feel the ground shake as he stomps through, pointing with the authority of a drill sergeant. With a voice that could probably scare the spots off a leopard, he booms. This is not an object for some backstreet bastards like you to try to get. Whoever he's yelling at better have good running shoes, because this dude is not messing around. In the shadows of a back street, a mysterious item is hung up in a spot where only a select few can see it. Someone questions the practicality of the situation, wondering who would actually buy it. The scene shifts to a fiery red-haired woman crossing her arms, addressing an old man with a rather cheeky question. She asks if he's gone senile, clearly not holding back her thoughts. The old man, taken aback, stutters a confused, "What? Why would you create a mess like this by making a sword that knights use all of a sudden? Aren't you close to dying anyway?" Our scene unveils with a rather spicy grandpa who's clearly had enough of someone's nonsense. With a face that could tell 1,000 tales, he's yelling, "Yeah! It's because I'm almost at the end of my life, you bitch!" You can almost feel the sass rolling off his tongue. Whoa, Grandpa, tell us how you really feel. Now, this old-timer isn't just stopping at words. His face is a picture of anger, eyes blazing with fury, as he commands, "Go back to your shop and—" But wait, does he finish his sentence? We don't know yet, but the intensity is enough to rattle even the calmest souls. With a beard as white as snow and eyes full of fire, this elder ain't here to play games. The air is sizzling with tension as someone demands, "Wash the dishes, you half-ass failure." Clearly, chores are not being done, and someone's patience has run out. A fierce retort follows. "A half-ass? You called me a half-ass? I'm a full-grown woman." A red-haired, fiery-eyed character is seen in an intense stance, her hand gripping her head in frustration as she shouts back, refusing to be belittled. In the lively chaos of a tavern, we spot a fiery redhead being warned, "Don't start a fight for no reason, Gemina." Clearly, our redhead has a reputation for throwing hands at the drop of a hat. Nearby, a cool-headed blonde dude steps in, addressing some old man, probably the tavern keeper or a wise guy, saying, "Old man, we'll leave." Gemina, our feisty heroine, protests, "Ah, let go. Did I say anything wrong?" Classic Gemina, always ready to rumble. The scene opens in a lively marketplace where a fiery red-haired woman, clearly agitated, is caught in a heated argument. Beside her stands a grizzled old man in an apron, looking equally fired up. The atmosphere is tense, with emotions running high as she exclaims, You just won't stop." The tension escalates as the situation becomes more heated. The old man's frustration bubbles over, and he mutters under his breath, "That rotten bitch." Clearly, this confrontation is far from over, and the stakes seem personal. The night is calm and peaceful, with stars twinkling above. A blonde man and a red-haired woman walk together down a cobblestone street, his arm draped protectively around her shoulder. Behind them, an older man with white hair and a beard watches, concern etched on his face. He seems deep in thought, contemplating the struggles the woman has faced. The scene shifts to falling snowflakes against a dark sky as the older man's thoughts continue. He muses about the woman's journey from a life of hunger to one now overshadowed by a different kind of struggle, a life full of poison. This cryptic reflection hints at a troubled past and perhaps an even more complicated present. Snowflakes drift softly from the sky as a mysterious figure reflects on their past generosity. With an air of nostalgia, they ponder how much food they had given, hinting at a deeper story buried in the snow. Wrapped up against the chill, we see a caring figure with two little ones, nestled under a thick blanket. They're huddled together, a makeshift family against the biting cold, with their eyes peeking out from under the cloth, suggesting warmth and resilience amidst adversity. A voice echoes through the night, laced with frustration, as someone grumbles, fucking shit." Clearly, someone's day isn't going as planned. As the scene expands, we get a glimpse of the source of that colorful language. A burly figure with broad shoulders, dressed in a simple white shirt and brown pants, clutches a tool tightly in one hand. This might be a blacksmith or a carpenter, judging by the outfit and setting. The night sky above adds a touch of mystery to this moment. The scene opens with an intense close-up of an elderly man. His face is etched with wisdom and concern, shadowed by the kind of drama that makes you think, "Oh boy, something's about to go down." His eyes widen in shock, as if he just realized he left the stove on back home. A voice speaks, possibly narrating or observing. Looks like he was standing here for a long time again. The mud's all gone down. This suggests that someone, possibly the elderly man or another character, has been waiting or pondering in one spot for so long that the mud beneath them has settled. Talk about patience. The scene opens with a misty and mysterious ambiance, as we notice two large footprints etched into the ground. These aren't your everyday footprints. They seem to hold an enigmatic aura, suggesting something or someone extraordinary just passed by. Inside a dimly lit blacksmith's workshop, an elderly man stands in the light streaming through the open doors. The cold air steams around him, and he holds a hammer as he gazes down at the footprints that have made their way into his domain. His expression is one of surprise and curiosity, clearly wondering who or what could have left such marks. Someone advises another to just think about making a living, calling them a greenhorn, which is like saying they're a rookie or newbie in the game. It's only going to be hard for you if you find ambition from a place like this. But then we see a hand gripping a sword tightly, almost like a silent challenge accepted moment. In a moment of stark revelation, our mysterious narrator acknowledges the harsh truth. Those born in the backstreets are often trapped by their origins. It's a world where dreams are a luxury and escape is a distant hope. Continuing their introspection, they reveal a plan. This isn't just about survival, it's about finding someone with the grit and determination to break free. They're holding on to something valuable, and they're not letting it go to just anyone. Only someone who can truly escape deserves this chance. The scene opens with an old blacksmith, his face etched with years of experience, holding a gleaming sword. He murmurs to himself, determined not to let his final piece of craftsmanship languish in obscurity. The blade reflects the light, a silent testament to its maker's skill. The blacksmith notes its uncanny resemblance to something, a thought that lingers in the air like an unsolved mystery. Under a canopy of twinkling stars, a young man with blonde hair and a red-haired woman walk through a quiet street. Their eyes are set on the path ahead, guided by the unspoken promise of something that shines with its own light. Picture this, a sky so starry that it feels like you're swimming in the cosmos, and right in the middle of all that wonder, we have the northern logistics. It's not just a spot on the map, but the epicenter of trade, backed by the mighty House of Bayezid, the northern lighthouse, shining bright with prestige. Now, take a look at this breathtaking cityscape under the midnight blue. The city sprawls at the foot of majestic mountains, with a castle standing proudly, its towers reaching for the stars. The lights of the city flicker gently, a perfect blend of tranquility and the hum of life, all under the watchful eye of the Bayezid stronghold. The scene opens with a picturesque view of the city of Shora, all lit up like a Christmas tree in its evening glow. The rooftops gleam under the moonlight, suggesting a place that's lively and full of stories. As the scene pans out, a mysterious narration drops some philosophical wisdom. Under such brilliance, there is bound to be a shadow, hidden by the light. This sets the tone, hinting at secrets lurking within the city. As the scene unfolds, we are greeted by a mysterious and dark town, where only the rooftops are visible under the faint glow of the moonlight. The shadows loom large, whispering secrets of the night, and you can almost hear the distant howls of the wind echoing through the narrow streets. The view shifts to a bird's-eye perspective, revealing a cluster of tightly packed houses. Their red-tiled roofs form a patchwork quilt of shadows and light. The streets below are deserted, with only the occasional flicker of a lantern casting a ghostly glow. It's a setup that screams of hidden stories waiting to be uncovered. In the shadowy corners of the world, there's a slum area, a place where all the grime and ugliness of life seem to gather in one chaotic jumble. It's exactly as you'd picture it. Messy, gritty, and perhaps a little too real. The camera pans to a sign hanging precariously. It's a silhouette of a woman's head, her hair elegantly styled, with a vibrant rose tucked behind her ear. The sign, framed with intricate designs, suggests something intriguing lies within the grimy exterior. The scene opens in a bustling tavern, filled with the lively chatter of patrons. People are huddled around tables, mugs in hand, sharing stories and laughter. The warm wooden interiors of the tavern give it a cozy yet vibrant atmosphere, almost as if the walls themselves are buzzing with the energy of the crowd. Out of nowhere, the tavern's lively hum is shattered by a sudden scream. Ach! The sharp sound cuts through the chatter like a knife, causing heads to turn and conversations to halt. Something unexpected is about to unfold in this seemingly ordinary tavern night. In the dim, lively atmosphere of the tavern, a muscular bald guy is perched on the upper balcony, yelling at someone below. His face is twisted in anger, and it seems like things are about to get real spicy in here. The bald dude, not holding back any punches, throws some serious shade, calling her a fucking bitch. He accuses her of trying to scam someone, suggesting she should just roll her body quietly. Clearly, this guy's not a fan of subtlety. Meet our distressed damsel, sprawled out on the floor in her pink nightgown, eyes wide with terror as she mutters, What scam have I committed? Seems like she's caught up in a whirlwind of confusion and perhaps a bit of guilt. Enter the scene, a bald, muscular dude charging down the stairs like he's on a mission. His face is set in a stern expression, the kind that says, "I'm about to sort this out." He's in nothing but simple pants, looking ready to confront whatever chaos is unfolding. All right, folks, we have a mercenary who's been in the game for 2 decades, and he's letting everyone know it. But hold on, he's not just here for small talk. He's calling out someone for selling fake drugs. Yeah, you heard it right, drugs that don't even work. Our scene shifts to a shop where the ambiance is anything but peaceful. The shopkeeper, looking like he's seen it all, comments on how there's never a dull moment in his world, proving that tranquility is a luxury in his line of work. In a dimly lit room, we see a shirtless guy standing there, looking like he misplaced his shirt but found his confidence. Someone approaches him with a wooden box full of mysterious goodies. Meanwhile, in the background, there's a shadowy figure lurking, possibly contemplating life choices or just taking a nap. A new character with a blurred face steps in and with a booming voice exclaims their enthusiasm for the arrival of the candle seller. Perfect timing indeed. Seems like they're about to light up the mood, literally. The bald dude beside him seems pretty unfazed, probably more interested in the candles than the drama. In a dimly lit room, a shirtless, muscular dude with a commanding presence points decisively at someone off-panel, barking an order to go and get madam. Clearly this guy means business, and there's a sense that things are about to get real. In a dialogue bubble floating in an otherwise blank space, the terms for meeting madame are laid out. Gold coins are the currency of choice, not silver. The stakes have been set, and whoever wants an audience with madame better come prepared, or they might just get ghosted. The scene is set in a busy marketplace, where our cool, blonde-haired protagonist lays down the law about the currency. Gold coins only, folks. His expression is as chill as ice, probably colder than your ex's heart, as he dismisses the idea of accepting any measly silver coins. Meanwhile, the bald merchant, whose face might burst a vein any second, isn't having it. He's shouting about how the service sucks, yet there's a demand for gold coins. Classic case of, you gotta be kidding me, right? Someone's really laying down the law, demanding the presence of a madame, or at least someone's mom. Clearly, patience is running thin here. Our blonde hero seems to be caught in this chaos. With his sharp blue eyes and a look that could freeze time, he's clearly not amused by the situation. What's his next move? All right, folks, picture this. Our protagonist is in a heated debate with himself, or maybe the universe, over a timer candle that seems to be more of a scam than a functional item. He's incredulous, almost comically so, as he wonders what kind of candle has the audacity to burn out just after its top is removed. It's a classic "you've got to be kidding me" moment. Now, hold your horses, because things are getting intense. Our bald-headed hero, with eyes wide and veins popping, is pointing aggressively, as if he's going to sue the candle company himself. His face screams rage, and he's not having any of this candle nonsense. It's like watching a cartoon character blow a gasket. Hilarious, and kind of endearing. Blondie over here, looking a tad skeptical, asks what kind of fun one expects to have with just a 5-minute candle. Clearly, he's got his doubts about this so-called party starter. The other guy, rocking a white shirt and some serious lace-up action, drops a cheeky suggestion. If you're low on cash, maybe it's time to play with your wife's behind. It's all about resourcefulness, right? Whoa, hold up. Our bald-headed friend here is in complete shock, eyes wide open and eyebrows shooting up to the sky. He's like, what did you just say? Clearly, something's got him rattled, and he's not ready to hear it. The suspense builds as we zoom in on the face of our stunned character. His expression is a mix of disbelief and shock, leaving us wondering what bombshell just got dropped on him. Whatever it is, it's definitely got him shook. The scene unfolds with a young man sporting blonde hair and striking blue eyes, clearly having one of those days. You know, the kind where everything seems like a drag, and he's just venting. Gosh, so annoying. Continuing the conversation, a voice chimes in with a bit of a challenge. Do you want to check then? As if daring him to put his money where his mouth is. And then, in that classic mysterious tone, you see the clock over there? It's almost like they're setting the stage for something more. In the midst of a tense showdown, our blonde protagonist, with his sleek hair and unshaken poise, holds a box of candles and a lighter. He's staring down a bulky, shirtless man whose face is conveniently blurred for mystery effect. The room's mood is set by an old clock ticking ominously in the background. Our hero is proposing a little experiment. If the candle lasts 5 minutes, something significant will unfold. The stakes are as high as the tension. If the candle doesn't last the full 5 minutes, the shirtless man is given free rein to do whatever he pleases with the woman he's holding captive. It's a risky gamble, with lives hanging in the balance, as our protagonist bets on the endurance of a mere candle. In a dimly lit room, we find our first character, sporting a stylish white shirt with a black lace-up collar, holding a phone to his ear. His expression is one of skepticism, questioning the reliability of the voice on the other end. The scene quickly shifts to a bald, muscular man who looks like he's ready to throw down. His face contorted with anger as he declares, "Why should I listen to what a scammer is saying?" Clearly, he's not buying what the other person is selling. Under a surreal, almost otherworldly blue ambiance, a figure stands with only the top of their head visible, and the words "Let's do it" resonate with determination and a pinch of mystery, setting the stage for something epic. The scene shifts to reveal the face of our enigmatic character. With hair as pale as moonlight and eyes that pierce through the darkness like glowing sapphires, his expression is one of steely resolve. The air is thick with tension as he prepares for the challenge ahead. A shadowy figure draped in a cloak is throwing down some serious threats. They're all like, "If it really is 5 minutes, you're going to be beaten to death by me, customer." You know, just your casual chit-chat. The page is filled with ominous sound effects, like a soundtrack to an impending doom. It's the kind of sound that makes you want to double-check your life choices. The scene opens up with an enormous figure taking up most of the space. The face is obscured, adding to the air of mystery and intimidation. Whoever this is, they're not someone you'd want to meet in a dark alley. Muscles ripple like they're about to break free from the skin. The background fades into a moody dark hue, setting the stage for something dramatic. Just below, barely peeking into view, are a pair of eyes. They belong to someone shorter, possibly younger, and definitely less thrilled about this encounter. The eyes are focused, showing determination, fear, or maybe a mix of both. This is the classic David versus Goliath setup, and you can almost hear the imaginary tumbleweed roll by as the tension builds. The scene opens with a close-up of a character whose eyes are wide with shock and disbelief, muttering, "How, a little brat," as if struggling to comprehend the situation. Meanwhile, a hulking figure stands menacingly, holding a young girl by her hair, forcing her to kneel. The power dynamic is clear, with the man's imposing physique overshadowing the girl's vulnerable state. A mysterious hand, pale and deliberate, moves swiftly across a surface. It's as if the air around it crackles with anticipation, leaving us on the edge of our seats, wondering what this hand is about to do. As the hand completes its swift motion, it leaves behind a streak of color. The sound effect accompanying it suggests a decisive action has been taken. A voice, dripping with curiosity and perhaps a hint of challenge, asks, "Well, who's," leaving us hanging on the edge of what's to come. The scene opens with a mysterious blonde figure, his face obscured, sitting casually and asking, "Going to be the scammer?" His tone is as cheeky as his laced-up shirt, suggesting he's up to no good. In the next moment, we see this enigmatic character lighting a candle on the floor. The flicker of the flame casts shadows, adding a layer of intrigue to whatever scheme he's plotting. A beefy, bald dude is sweating bullets, his eyes wide with tension. Whatever's got him this worked up, it can't be good. His face screams trouble, and we can almost hear the intense, ominous music playing in the background. The camera zooms out to reveal a blonde guy chilling at the top of the stairs, arms crossed like he's got all the time in the world. Below him, Mr. Muscle is holding a young girl by her hair. The room's dim lighting adds to the drama, with a single candle flickering nearby. This showdown looks like it's about to get intense. The scene opens with a close-up of a woman with long brown hair. Her eyes are wide, filled with a mix of fear and determination. Sweat beads on her forehead as she braces herself for what seems to be an impending showdown. The background is dim, adding to the suspenseful vibe. The camera pans out to reveal a crowded room. On the balcony, a young man with white hair stands holding a wooden stick, looking down at the people gathered below. His stance is firm, and he seems to be in charge or perhaps ready to defend. Beside him, a bald man stands, seemingly tense and cautious. The crowd below is diverse, with various expressions of curiosity and worry as they look up, waiting for something significant to unfold. Imagine a dimly lit room, a table surrounded by shadowy figures in conversation. The air is filled with suspense, as if something big is about to go down. Then a close-up of a blonde-haired character, his piercing blue eyes scanning the room like he's sizing everyone up. Our mysterious blonde character is still the center of attention. Those icy blue eyes are locked onto something or someone across the room, and you can almost feel the intensity radiating off him. Whatever's happening here, it's about to get real. The scene opens with a close-up of a candle, its flame steady and serene, until a sudden exclamation, "Huh?" breaks the silence, suggesting that something surprising or unsettling has occurred. As the camera pans, we are drawn to an ornate grandfather clock dominating the room, its hands standing still in a moment of eerie stillness. The blurred face hints at a character whose identity remains hidden, heightening the intrigue. Our story kicks off with a bald guy, whose face is scrunched up in pure frustration, shouting, "D-damn it!" You can just feel the exasperation oozing out as if he just stepped on a Lego barefoot. The scene intensifies as sweat drips down his face, and with clenched teeth he wonders, how many minutes was it earlier? Clearly, something's got him wound up tighter than a rubber band at a paper fight. The scene opens with an air of mystery as a single word echoes, "Guest? Who could this be referring to?" The lack of visual context only heightens the suspense. The page is a blank canvas, leaving us to ponder the significance of this inquiry. It's as if the story itself is holding its breath, waiting for something, or someone, to make an entrance. The panel opens with a dramatic and intense moment, where we see a wooden staff swooshing through the air with ferocious speed. It's heading straight for someone's head, and boy, does it look like it's about to deliver a serious smackdown. The next panel shows the aftermath of that powerful strike. The poor guy's face is getting a full-on VIP treatment from the staff as it lands right across his cheek with a resounding impact. Ouch! That's gotta hurt. A loud, guttural sound fills the air, indicating someone just got hit real hard. You know when you stub your toe and all you can do is make a noise that resembles a dying animal? Yeah, that's what it sounds like here. In the thick of the action, a blonde warrior with a determined expression is seen delivering a brutal strike to his opponent, a bald, muscular guy who definitely won't be winning any beauty contests. The force of the blow sends the bald guy reeling backwards, with blood spraying dramatically. To the side, a woman appears to be crouching, possibly a bit shocked by the unfolding chaos. The atmosphere is charged with tension as someone expresses their frustration, exclaiming, "It's been 5 minutes, you bastard." The intensity of the situation is palpable, setting the stage for a heated encounter. Zooming in, we see a character with striking blue eyes and blonde hair. Their expression is fierce and determined, hinting at the gravity of the situation. This character seems ready to unleash their emotions, adding to the mounting suspense. Blood splatters across the panel as a fierce battle unfolds. Our protagonist, a determined young warrior with striking blonde hair and piercing blue eyes, stands his ground. His expression is a mix of resolve and defiance, ready to take on whatever comes his way. The air is tense, and the stakes are high as the scene captures a pivotal moment in the heat of battle. With a swift and powerful move, the young warrior launches into action, his legs propelling him forward with incredible speed. Clad in a crisp white shirt and dark pants, he wields a wooden staff with precision and grace. The motion lines emphasize the intensity and urgency of the moment as he prepares to deliver a decisive blow. The scene erupts with a fierce kick, landing right on a bald character's face, sending shockwaves through the air. The impact is so intense, you can almost feel the air ripple. Following that epic kick, the bald character is airborne, letting out a loud "Kwah!" as he's launched backward, clearly feeling the pain of that unexpected boot to the face. With a loud bang, a fierce-looking young man with long blonde hair and a stern expression storms into a dimly lit room. He's dressed in a simple white shirt and dark pants, and he's wielding a menacing stick, ready to confront whoever's inside. The scene reveals a bald man lying face down on the wooden floor, his clothing torn. It looks like he was taken by surprise, and whatever hit him left him sprawled and defenseless. Bang! The door swings open with a dramatic flare, and in walks a mysterious figure with their face blurred out, making us all wonder if they forgot their face at home. Dressed in a casually stylish white top, this person is clearly up to something serious, holding a mysterious object in one hand. Inside the room, our bald-headed friend, who was just minding their own business with a bowl of noodles, is caught off guard. The chopsticks are slipping from their grasp, and they're turning towards the intruder with a look of pure shock, as if they've just seen a ghost, or maybe just someone who skipped laundry day. The scene opens with an intense close-up of a mysterious character. With his piercing blue eyes and an icy expression, he declares, "You're dead today." The vibe is as cold as a popsicle in Antarctica, and you can almost feel the chill from his words. The camera pans down slightly, revealing more of our enigmatic speaker. Sporting a neatly laced white shirt, his demeanor is calm yet foreboding. His lips are set in a determined line, suggesting he's not one to back down easily. The page opens up with a close-up of a bald dude, eyes wide open like saucers, and has sweating bullets. His mouth is hanging open in a heek, as if he just saw a ghost or something. Suddenly, there's a pair of hands reaching out, ready to cover his mouth. The bald man stammers, "Wait," but it's too late. Someone's trying to shush him, and the tension is so thick you could cut it with a knife. The tension is palpable as the scene unfolds with an accusation flying in the air like a rogue frisbee. "You're the one who started the scam," echoes through the room, setting the stage for a showdown. The frame captures a hand gripping what seems like a weapon, adding a layer of impending action to the scene. The atmosphere snaps from words to fists in the blink of an eye. Our blonde protagonist, sporting a classic white button-up, delivers a swift and decisive punch to his hefty opponent's face. The impact is almost audible as the punch sends ripples across the air, leaving no doubt that this is one intense encounter. Picture this, a scene filled with sass and sarcasm. Someone's clearly not impressed, questioning why a mercenary with 20 years of experience is, well, a bit on the chunky side. It's not every day you see a chubby veteran, right? And the verbal jabs keep coming. Our mystery speaker throws another one, incredulous at the suggestion to bring his mom into the mix. Seriously, who does that in the middle of a showdown? It's like they're fighting with words as much as anything else. The blonde young man, his eyes blazing with an icy blue fire, is caught in a dynamic moment of confrontation. His face is a canvas of determination and intensity, hinting at a battle or a significant challenge he's immersed in. As the whirlwind of action unfolds, the scene takes an unexpected emotional turn, with a thought that tugs at the heartstrings. "You're making me all sad for not having a mother." This line pierces through the chaos, revealing a vulnerable side to the otherwise fierce character. Somewhere in the darkness, a series of pained cries pierce the silence. The stark contrast of the white background with the shadowy blue below suggests something or someone is in serious trouble. It's like the manhwa version of a horror movie scream, making you wonder, what's going down? The scene shifts to a picturesque yet eerily quiet town under the night sky, where buildings stand stoically as strange, ominous sounds echo through the streets. Whatever's happening, it's loud, it's disturbing, and the townsfolk are probably thinking, "Not again." In the dimly lit street, shadows of people are cast against a quaint building with glowing windows. A voice breaks through the murmur of the crowd, demanding, "Pipe down, scum." Who's the bold speaker among these silhouettes? The air is thick with tension, and the street is about to become the stage for drama. The scene fades to white, leaving us in suspense about what will happen next. It's as if the world is holding its breath, waiting for the next move. The scene opens with a bright blue sky, suggesting a beautiful day in this mysterious world. The focus shifts downward to reveal a charming town with traditional buildings nestled against a rocky hillside, where a grand castle stands proudly above, hinting at stories of knights and dragons. Amidst the aroma of a delicious meal, someone suddenly suspects foul play, claiming that someone messed with the candle. Talk about a dinner drama. The food's aroma is interrupted as someone points out that it hasn't even been 5 minutes since the candle was lit. Suspicion hangs heavier than the steam rising from the meal. The air is thick with tension as our mystery character, sporting some stylish blonde locks and a rather serious vibe, lays down the question, "Did you understand me?" It's one of those moments where you can almost hear the dramatic music playing in the background. As we slide over to the next scene, the plot thickens. We hear the name Jorge, like Hez about to be the main actor in this drama. Apparently, someone messed with their business, and it's clear that this ain't just about a few missing donuts. This is serious business, folks. The scene opens with a rugged, stoic man, sporting a well-groomed beard and a neat topknot. He's clad in gleaming armor, suggesting he's someone of importance, or at least someone who doesn't shy away from a good scuffle. Right now, though, he's taking a break from whatever epic quest he's on to enjoy a hot meal. With a puff of breath, he cools down his food, showing that even warriors need to eat. As he looks down at the spread of food before him, a thoughtful, escapes his lips. Clearly, this guy is not just a fighter, but also a connoisseur, taking a moment to savor the prospect of his meal. Maybe he's pondering the meaning of life, or maybe he's just really into his mashed potatoes. An intense scene unfolds as someone exclaims, "What? Who would dare to? Who dares to mess with the sacred rose candle?" Clearly, this sacred rose candle is a big deal, like the VIP of all candles, and someone has just crossed a line they shouldn't have. The tension skyrockets as we zoom into a person's mouth, open wide in a shout. This is where things get real, with a dramatic flair and emotions running wild, almost like a cinematic explosion, but without the popcorn. Two characters are engaging in a lively conversation. One confidently says, "Of course we are," while the other is told, "You're going to be the one to start." Clearly, some sort of plan or mission is underway, and one of them is about to take the lead. The scene shifts to a room where a character with long, flowing brown hair is facing someone with blurred features and light blonde hair. The latter seems perplexed, questioning, "How am I supposed to find the cause?" It appears there's a mystery afoot, and this character is tasked with unraveling it. Things are getting spicy at the table. One character drops a bombshell, saying, "Actually, you already found her." Now that's a plot twist, folks. The blonde guy looks like he just saw a ghost. His eyes widen in shock, clearly flabbergasted by the revelation. It's like he's been hit by a truth truck. The scene opens with a curious question hanging in the air. "Who is it?" A playful response echoes back. "It's me. I messed with it a bit." The air is filled with a whimsical vibe, as if magic or trickery is afoot. Standing amidst this whimsical atmosphere is a figure with long, flowing hair. Their face is obscured, adding an extra layer of mystery to the scene. The playful tone suggests that this character might have a knack for stirring the pot or causing a bit of chaos in a fun way. Meet the enigmatic Madame Marcella, the woman behind the rose's smile. She's dressed to kill in a sleek black dress, her hair cascading down like a waterfall of mystery. Her presence is as captivating as the roses surrounding her. Clearly, she's not just about looks. There's something intriguing about her. Madame Marcella is on a mission. She's got her eyes on those drunk fools, plotting to scam them and bag some cash. She's got the charm and the brains, ready to turn the night into a profitable venture. Her confidence is as bold as the floral frame encasing her thoughts. It's all about the hustle. In a dimly lit tavern, we find ourselves eavesdropping on a scene straight out of a medieval buddy cop flick. Our first hero, a hulking figure with long gray hair and enough muscles to bench press a wagon, is seated at the bar. This guy looks like he walked straight out of a strongman competition, probably bench pressing dragons in his spare time. Beside him sits his partner in crime, a much younger lad with blonde hair and a face that screams, "I have a tragic backstory." The bartender, a woman with a mysteriously blurred face, seems to be the secret keeper of the establishment, adding a touch of enigma to the scene. The silence speaks volumes. It's that classic bar moment where the clinking of glasses and the low hum of conversations fill the room, while our characters find themselves caught in the crossfire of deep thoughts and unspoken words. Out of the silent void, a single breath emerges. Ha! It's the kind of sigh that carries the weight of worlds, the sound of someone who's just realized they've made a colossal mistake. As the scene shifts, we see a pair of feet descending a staircase, each step echoing like a countdown to an inevitable confrontation with one's conscience. The character admits, "So I beat the shit out of someone innocent for no reason." Yep, that's a real facepalm moment. When you realize you've been the villain in someone else's story, it's time for some serious self-reflection. A lone foot steps down onto a wooden stair, the eerie silence broken by the creak of the wood. It's the calm before the storm, folks. A blond man, sporting a slightly disheveled look, makes his way down the staircase. With hands casually tucked into his pockets, he exudes an air of confidence and perhaps a bit of arrogance as he mutters, "What could you do?" It's like he's throwing down a gauntlet, but in a super chill way. A scene unfolds with a set of stairs in view, and a thought bubble pops up. What's an employee supposed to do when the madame does it? This line sets the stage for a tale wrapped in intrigue and a dash of drama. In a warm, inviting room filled with hanging mugs, a lively greeting echoes, "Yo, my junior, the poster child." A charismatic character with a sharp smile and a confident demeanor greets a younger, seemingly innocent individual with striking blonde hair, who appears a bit surprised by the attention. The camera captures two figures standing in what seems to be a cozy room filled with warm tones. One character, sporting a neatly tied shirt with a lace-up collar and hands casually in pockets, leans against the wall with a chill attitude. The other character, whose face isn't clearly visible, strikes up a conversation. "I heard you accomplished something yesterday, no?" they ask, sparking curiosity about what went down. The chat continues as the mysterious character acknowledges the other's efforts. "You did a fine job in my place." This line suggests some sort of substitution or favor was involved. The room's background hints that they might be in a workshop or a study, with spools and shelves adding to the ambiance. A group of folks is chilling, with one guy at the front sporting a confident grin and rocking a red vest over a black shirt. Beside him, there's a dude with curly hair and a mischievous look, as if they're up to some harmless trouble. Someone from the group is musing about missing some action, wondering aloud why things always go down when they aren't around. Classic FOMO, am I right? Picture this, a group of guys standing around, and one of them just casually brings up how someone pocketed a tip from selling candles. But this isn't just about the tip. It's about how these seniors, with their mysterious plans, might have a place to put that extra cash to use. And no, it's not about buying more candles. The scene shifts a bit, and here they are, looking like they just walked out of an impromptu meeting. One of them is playfully lamenting how their wallets just open way too easily. It's like, hey, who needs money when you can spend it all on who knows what? Someone is suspicious and demands to know, "What are you scheming, Burley?" The atmosphere is charged, like the calm before a storm. The scene zooms in on a character with striking blue eyes and messy blonde hair. His expression is serious and intense, as if he's seen some things and is not easily fooled. The scene starts with someone trying to ease the tension with a casual smile. No need for that kind of face. It's like they're trying to brush off an awkward or tense situation with a sprinkle of humor. Then we see a trio of folks looking somewhat caught off guard. Their hands are up, maybe in a gesture of no worries or backing off, but their expressions, though blurred, hint at a mix of surprise and unease. It's like they've just been told a joke they weren't quite ready for. As the story unfolds, we see a character trying to strike a deal. "I'm not asking you to just give it to me," they say. "I'm saying let's make a deal." Clearly, this person knows the art of negotiation. They're not just here to take, they're here to bargain. On another note, our attention shifts to two characters locked in a tense stare-off. On one side, a man with a grin that could probably make a cat suspicious, and on the other side, a blonde character with eyes that seem to be deep in thought. There is some serious tension in the air, folks. With a curious tilt of the head, a character in a smart outfit asks, "What do you mean by a deal?" Clearly, something interesting is brewing. The plot thickens as another character, face hidden in shadows, coolly replies, "If you give us some spare change, then I have something to give to you as well." Sounds like someone's got a plan. The room is filled with tension as a mysterious figure raises his hand. His fingers are splayed, almost as if he's about to cast a spell or deliver a powerful command. The atmosphere is thick, and you can almost hear a pin drop as his intentions remain shrouded in mystery. Suddenly, everything goes white. It's as if the universe hit pause, leaving us dangling on the edge of anticipation, wondering what comes next in this enigmatic turn of events. The scene opens in a shadowy warehouse filled with crates and a mysterious speaker pointing out a pickpocket, describing them as a clumsy thief. As the dialogue continues, the speaker elaborates on the pickpocket's traits, labeling them as stupid and plainly bad, and then asks if the face is familiar. All right, folks, we're diving into a world where things get pretty grim right off the bat. We've got this poor kid, face scrunched up in distress, as some shady character with a blurred face has him by the hair. The vibe? Not great. Not great at all. Now, check this out. The dude with the blurred face is making a sales pitch, and it's not for a car or some fancy gadget. Nope, he's offering up the kid for a cool 40 silver. Yeah, you heard that right. This is the kind of place where people are literally on the market. The scene unfolds in a rustic tavern, the air thick with tension, as a blonde-haired man makes a bold statement to a group of people. His casual demeanor contrasts with the apprehension of the crowd, setting the stage for what might be a heated confrontation. The camera pans down, capturing the tense atmosphere on the tavern floor. The focus shifts briefly to the blonde man's face, illuminated by the dim light, hinting at a deeper resolve or strategy brewing within his mind. In a dimly lit room, a shadowy figure suggests a sinister option with a chilling, "How about his fingers and his ankles?" The question hangs in the air, heavy with unspoken implications. The air thickens with tension as another character, sporting short brown hair and a distinct earring, responds sharply, "Do you think I would have called you if I cut them off already?" Clearly, they aren't playing around, and it's getting real serious. The scene unfolds with a mysterious character wearing a dark ensemble, nonchalantly admitting to having lightly roughed someone up. With a smirk that could cut glass, he claims the unfortunate soul is fresh on the chopping board. Clearly, this guy has a talent for making threats sound like a dinner invitation. The scene cuts to a young man with striking blonde hair, his face twisted in frustration. His eyes are shadowed by disappointment, or maybe a hint of resignation as he mutters a single word under his breath. Fuck. Whatever just happened, it's left him reeling, clearly not part of his daily agenda. A swift movement takes place as our mysterious figure, draped in flowing garments, makes a sudden appearance. The atmosphere is charged with suspense, as if something crucial is about to happen. The scene shifts as we hear someone exclaiming with pride, their words echoing with admiration as expected of our pride and joy. Whatever just happened, it's clear that this person has made quite an impression. In a shadowy room with some serious medieval vibes, our blonde guy with the sharp jawline and a white shirt is laying down the law, saying, "We're members of the organization, not murderers." The tension in the room is thicker than grandma's gravy. Someone in the background isn't having it, though, throwing shade with lots of words from someone mooching off their own family. Ouch! Talk about a verbal smackdown. Things are heating up faster than a summer barbecue. The scene opens with a confident man, his hair as dark as midnight, boasting to his blurred-faced buddy, "You saw that? I told you Vlad's going to agree to the deal." The room, with its wooden beams and barrels stacked high, feels like the perfect hideout for these schemers. As we shift scenes, we find ourselves on a lively street where two dudes strut down the alley. One guy, with short, curly hair and a green tee, listens intently while his pal, sporting a flashy vest and a cheeky grin, shares the lowdown about Vlad's knack for handling all the young street urchins. It's clear these guys know the hustle and bustle of this world. A shadowy figure is calling out to Ned, the tension hanging in the air like a bad smell after gym class. With a sudden jolt, we catch a close-up of a character's striking blue eyes, filled with regret as they stammer an apology to someone named Vlad. Oof, someone's in trouble. The scene unfolds with a young man drenched in sweat, his face a picture of worry and panic. His eyes are wide open as he admits he was about to make a run for it after taking something. Meanwhile, the blonde-haired individual is just there, not saying a word, leaving us all hanging in suspense. The silence is deafening, and you can almost feel the tension crackling in the air. In the heart of a rustic room, we spot someone whose face is as mysterious as a shadow at midnight. They're rocking a lace-up shirt that screams fashion forward, and they're about to get down to business. But the million-dollar question is, where is it broken? Now that's a cliffhanger. Where is it broken? In a dimly lit, rustic room, a young boy is nervously scratching the back of his head. His face is hidden, but you can sense the anxiety in his voice as he stammers, "Nowhere." It's like he's been caught red-handed with his hand in the cookie jar, but all he wants to do is vanish into thin air. A blonde-haired individual, clearly not amused, delivers a sharp retort. "Then get lost, you idiot." The tone is colder than a polar bear's toenails, leaving no room for argument. This room's atmosphere just got frostier. Vlad, with his fierce expression and commanding presence, warns someone with a threat that could send shivers down anyone's spine. His blonde hair, slightly covering his eyes, adds to his intimidating aura as he stands ready to make his point. The tension simmers down as the other person, feeling the heat of Vlad's words, quickly agrees to whatever Vlad has to say, nervously stuttering a thanks. Looks like Vlad's got this situation under control, and his name rings with authority. As the scene unfolds, we catch a glimpse of a mysterious figure standing by, their face obscured, while a blonde-haired individual strides away with a bit of swagger in their step. This person seems to have a lot on their mind, and we can almost feel the tension in the air. With a sigh that seems to carry the weight of the world, the blonde character lets out a breathy "phew," expressing a sense of frustration or resignation. They mutter about being further away from 5 gold again, hinting at a financial goal that's just out of reach. In the warm glow of morning light, our young hero is just waking up, pulling off that perfect rapport. "I just rolled out of bed but still look cool" look. With a lazy stretch and a yawn that could rival a lion's, he's ready to tackle whatever the day throws at him. His blue eyes are as bright as the sky, hinting at the adventures yet to come. Suddenly, the scene shifts to an empty white space, perhaps symbolizing a blank slate or a pause in the action, leaving us hanging in suspense. It's like the story is holding its breath, waiting to dive into the next big moment. Nothing says adventure like a sky filled with fluffy clouds and a sun that shines just right, giving that perfect seafaring vibe. Down by the docks, it's all hustle and bustle. We spot a ship, majestic and ready for action. And what's this? A daring soul climbing the mast like a pro, while a few mates down below are having a good old chat as they handle some boat business. Just another day at the harbor, folks. The scene opens with a tranquil body of water, the surface shimmering like it's made of liquid diamonds. A lone boat rests at the water's edge, suggesting a story waiting to set sail. A hand is seen writing in a notebook, and a voice declares, "But that kid got lucky." The speaker's tone suggests a mix of surprise and maybe a little envy, as if the kid's luck wasn't entirely deserved. The scene opens with a cryptic statement, "Since he didn't turn out like this after pickpocketing." Clearly, someone's past is being questioned, and the stakes are high, as if life took a wild turn after a pickpocketing career. In a room with swanky wallpaper and soft sunlight filtering through the window, sits an enigmatic figure with a blurred face. This character is in the middle of a conversation, gesturing with their hand as if emphasizing a point or throwing some shade. What secrets lie behind that obscured face? Only time will tell. The scene opens with an air of authority and legacy as we dive into the world of Harbin, part of the whale hunter Captain Hoover family. You can almost hear the quills scratching as Harbin pens down something crucial, perhaps a log of their adventures or a list of their next daring escapades. As we transition, the mood takes a dark turn. A mysterious character enters the scene, not physically, but through their grim thoughts. They're reflecting on the disturbing experience of having their finger and ankle cut off. Pretty intense, right? It's like they're trapped in a thriller novel, and we're just here for the ride, popcorn in hand. The scene bursts with intensity as a young boy, with determination etched on his face, sinks his teeth into the leg of a man sprawled on the floor. The man's face, a mix of pain and shock, tells a tale of unfortunate demise. Meanwhile, a girl with vibrant red hair kneels beside him, her face a tapestry of anguish and desperation, as she clutches his back, shaking with sobs. The air is thick with tension, as splatters of blood and debris frame this moment of chaos. As the dust settles, a somber thought emerges in a text bubble. "That's how I became the example of the bishop last time." This cryptic message adds a layer of mystery and foreboding, hinting at a deeper narrative and possibly a dark past connected to the bishop's wrath. A mysterious voice chimes in, leaving us hanging with, besides that. Blondie here, with eyes sharper than a hawk's gaze, is all ears and lips talking about some mischief. Rose's smile pulled with candles. You know it's juicy when candles are involved, right? In a room filled with bookshelves and a hint of sunlight peeking through the windows, two gentlemen are deep in conversation. One of them, with a crisp white shirt and a green vest, is taken aback as he learns that a certain story has traveled quite the distance. That story spread all the way here already? He questions, clearly surprised at the speed of the grapevine. The second gentleman, seated comfortably, continues the chat with a hint of calmness. It's already been a while since the rumors spread, but everyone was doubtful about it, he remarks, highlighting the skepticism that has followed the tale around. In a cozy office space, we find two characters seated at a wooden table. One is diligently writing, perhaps taking notes or recording important details, while the other, sitting across, seems engrossed in conversation. They're discussing a madam who's known for making candles. The room is filled with an air of seriousness, with papers, scrolls, and a few lit candles scattered around, suggesting an environment of business or investigation. The conversation takes a turn as the seated individual expresses skepticism about the madam's character. But she's not the sort of person to do that, you know, they say, adding a layer of mystery and intrigue to the discussion. Who is this madame, and what are they implying about her true nature? A mysterious conversation unfolds as a character with long blonde hair asserts, "That's what I said." Even Jorge seemed to already know about it. The intrigue deepens as we ponder what Jorge might be privy to. The conversation continues with a young man sporting short blonde hair and striking blue eyes. His expression is serious as he says, "They're not the sort of people to start a commotion for no reason." Clearly, there's more to this story than meets the eye, and whatever's happening, it's got these folks talking. The scene opens up with a dramatic pause, leaving us hanging with a thought-provoking line. If they're not the sort of people, yet they still did it. The mystery is thick in the air, and curiosity is piqued. As we delve further, we see a character whose face is obscured, adding to the enigma. He's wearing a green vest over a white shirt, and he's clearly in the middle of explaining something important. His body language suggests he's both perplexed and perhaps a bit frustrated as he gestures with his hand, trying to make a point. The scene opens with a mysterious character, dressed in a smart vest and shirt combo, suggesting that if something happened, there had to be a reason behind it. It's like saying, hey, things don't just happen out of the blue, you know? Then we get a glimpse of another character, a blonde with striking blue eyes, and they're all like, which is? Clearly they're not buying into vague answers and want the juicy details. As the scene opens, we catch a glimpse of a mysterious character, half hidden in shadows. With a casual tone that hints at experience, he declares, 9 out of 10, it's probably because they needed money. Seems like he's seen this pattern before, huh? His companion, sporting intense amber eyes and a sharp look, chimes in. The dialogue between them crackles with energy, hinting at a deeper discussion about people's motives and the driving force of money. The message is loud and clear. Something's brewing, and it needs attention, and very urgently too. It's like the universe is sending a desperate text message, all caps, no time for small talk. Now, we see a mysterious figure with intense amber eyes, and they're not here to play. They warn, be careful, Vlad, and you can feel the weight of those words. Whoever this is, they're sporting a serious look, with dark brown hair and eyes that could probably see through walls. In a dimly lit room, a mysterious figure with a sharp gaze and a no-nonsense attitude reveals a crucial piece of information. He leans forward, almost whispering, there's only one case when an organization quickly gathers for funds. The gravity of his words hangs in the air, hinting at a deeper conspiracy or a looming disaster. Silence follows the ominous statement, leaving us in suspense as to what this urgent gathering of funds could mean. The blank space seems to amplify the tension, as if the very page is holding its breath in anticipation. The air is thick with tension, and the distant clamor of war cries as we witness the onset of a brutal conflict, a war with another organization. The stakes are high, and the energy is palpable as everyone gears up for a showdown. The scene unfolds with warriors in the thick of battle, swinging their weapons with all the might they can muster. Each face tells a story of determination and grit as they fight for their cause. The blurred face of a warrior stands out, hinting at a mysterious figure whose identity remains hidden amidst the chaos. Amidst the shadows of Shora, we dive headfirst into a chaotic brawl. A rugged warrior, complete with a grisly beard and a look of determination etched on his face, fiercely wields his sword against a bald thug. Blood splatter paints the scene, hinting at the wild and unrestrained nature of their skirmish. The air is thick with tension and mystery as we learn about the 5 bosses who rule the slums of Shora. These mysterious figures seem to hold the city in their grip, controlling the fate of those within its gritty confines. In the heart of a dimly lit setting, a figure stands tall and proud, clutching his sword with fierce resolve. His long, tied-back hair and sturdy armor suggest a warrior seasoned by countless battles. Though his face remains a mystery, the aura he exudes speaks volumes. Meet Jorge, the prostitute's knight. As the title boldly announces, this isn't your average chivalrous hero. Below him, a man appears to be either defeated or in need of rescue, hinting at the intriguing duality of Jorge's role. He's not just about saving damsels, he's got his own unique spin on knighthood. In the murky depths of a gambling den, we're introduced to the pig butcher, better known as Black Bear. His menacing smile and dapper outfit mark him as a formidable player in this risky game of chance. Next up, we meet the Dice of the Gambling House, a quirky old-timer with an eye patch and a pirate-like swagger. His cheeky grin suggests he's ready to shake things up, bringing a whirlwind of fortune and misfortune to the table. Meet Captain Hoover, the whale hunter, slicing through the ocean like a boss. The waves are crashing, and there's a feeling of high-seas adventure in the air. Is he chasing a whale, or perhaps a legendary treasure? Either way, it's about to get intense. And here comes an enigmatic figure, surrounded by a shower of golden coins, adding a sprinkle of mystery to the mix. Is he a friend or foe? Whatever it is, things are about to get interesting. Meet One-Armed Jack, or as folks around here like to call him, Money Grubber. This dude's got a hook for a hand and a knack for making coins fly around like they're going out of style. Ah, the legend of Money Grubber, One-Armed Jack. With a name like that, he's bound to be the talk of the town. Is it the hook that earns him his street cred, or is it the coins he seems to have in abundance? A dark and ominous vibe fills the page, setting the tone for what's about to unfold. The text ominously reads the dark aspects. As the darkness begins to fade, we get a glimpse of a character with sharp, intense eyes and blonde hair, giving off an enigmatic presence. The text reveals the dark aspects inside one's life. Our story introduces us to a young man, his eyes sharp and blue like the clearest sky, and hair the color of sunlit wheat. Rocking a casually tied white shirt, he seems poised and ready for whatever comes next. There's an air of mystery around him, suggesting he's someone who tends to move quietly, like a ninja in the shadows, probably plotting something big. The text suggests a stealthy demeanor, someone who knows how to keep it low-key. He silently approaches, staying hidden in the shadows, making you wonder what's his next move. Is he a friend or foe? Guess well, find out soon enough. In a dimly lit room, a bunch of folks are gathered, all eyes fixated on a figure sitting at a desk. The atmosphere is buzzing with anticipation. Our central figure, with broad shoulders and a commanding presence, stands out from the crowd, rocking a white shirt and a red sash that screams, "I'm the boss here." The room is packed, each person sporting a distinct style, from bald heads to wild hair, as if they're all here for some important news or a secret mission. The scene pans out to show the backs of more individuals, all seemingly united for a common cause, as the text, just like now, floats ominously in the air. The tension is palpable, and it feels like something big is about to go down, something that involves everyone in the room. The scene is shrouded in darkness, with only a glimpse of a mysterious figure's attire visible, setting a suspenseful tone. A voice echoes in the dark, "Oi, brat," as a shadowy figure looms, adding tension to the air. Our scene opens with a mysterious shadow cast over the room, creating an atmosphere thick with suspense. The tension's so real, you could cut it. The scene unfolds with a towering figure, a man with a rugged face and a goatee that's as sharp as his expression. He's got this wild vibe going on, with hair that's almost as spiky as his attitude. Clad in a crisp, open white shirt, he's rocking a hook hand like it's the latest fashion trend. And boy, does he know how to work it. His eyes glint with a mix of charisma and danger, making you wonder what kind of trouble he's planning to stir up. As we zoom in, the focus shifts to that iconic hook hand. It gleams under the dim light, hinting at countless adventures and perhaps a few notorious deeds. The man's attire is simple, yet striking. A white shirt paired with a red sash that screams pirate chic. The atmosphere is tense, yet filled with an oddly charming bravado that leaves you on the edge of your seat, eager to see what this enigmatic character will do next. The scene opens with a close-up of a young lad sporting those iconic anime blue eyes that seem like they could pierce through steel. His face is focused, and you can just feel the intensity radiating off him. This dude's definitely got something serious on his mind. Below, we catch a glimpse of his attire, a crisp white shirt with laces that scream, "I'm here to handle business." The text reads, "Accident happens without a notice, setting the stage for some serious drama." Enter stage left, a shadowy figure with a face that's half in darkness and an eye that looks like it's seen some stuff. Definitely not someone you want to spill your drink on. He's all about that menacing vibe. As if to emphasize the gravity, the text warns, "Ruination occurs without a warning." It's clear that some heavy stuff is about to go down, and neither party is backing down. A stark white panel follows, a brief pause in the storm, leaving us to ponder the impending clash. The title page appears, introducing us to Piotr Pumin Swordmaster. The journey is just beginning, and it's bound to be a wild ride.